Loser finally gets arrested. I guess this is good.
Boy, oh boy, do I have some good news for you today. It's time for a little holly jolly celebration because Santa Claus came early with the gifts. This loser has finally been arrested.
Cool.
Now, I'm sure none of you recognize this guy. This is probably not a face any of you have seen unless you're a woman in New York, and in that case, this is probably a face that you swiped left on Tinder for. But this is the face of the man known as Squeeze Bins, the infamous
Squeeze bins? What? Infamous street racer arrested after viral social media stunt. Oh. Man, have you heard about these street takeovers that are happening in America and whatnot? Man, they're crazy. Oh, it's just gonna get better and better also.
Squeeze Bins, the infamous street racer who's blown up on Instagram and YouTube over the last few months. This isn't like a really stunning revelation. He just looks like a normal asshole. It's not like some kind of big twist, like it's Bruce Wayne behind the Batman mask or anything. But I actually recently talked about Squeeze because he went on Neon's stream and did his street racing
Ooh, Neon stream. Now that's when you know things are not good.
stunt maneuvers and ended up getting in a hit and run live on Kick.
Nice.
So of course I was making fun of him and tossing tomatoes, shouting boo. I think it is so incredibly lame to do the kind of shit that Squeeze Bins was, where he'd just go out on public roads and put everyone's lives in danger around him, just driving fast.
Bro, I wish everyone who does that just dies. No exceptions, no nothing. They just die. End of story. The world's a better place.
And recklessly for his content. And this is a criminal who is addicted to attention, which has to be the worst combination for a human being ever. If you are a criminal, the last thing that you would want is a lot of eyes on you. But this guy, Jiminy Christmas, he was absorbing it like a sponge in a sink. This guy was more addicted to attention than a heroin addict is to the needle. This guy couldn't get enough of it, so he took every opportunity imaginable to promote himself. So this was always inevitable. He was either going to get arrested or get himself or someone else killed. Luckily, he was arrested
Hopefully himself.
before the second thing happened. Now
Now taxpayers just have to waste money on that idiot. I mean, come on, just give him a straight line and say pedal to the metal.
Really diving into the weeds of the arrest here and everything around it, I want to show you a little bit more of the lore to Squeeze, so you can get a big taste of the cringe that is Squeeze Bins.
You mix danger, but there's also other people at risk when you do that. Innocent civilians. So what do you think about that
Tommy G. Wow.
element of danger for that?
I've been doing this since real shit since I was 9. I used to take my dad's car out and I used to just bug out. I've been doing this for so long now that I feel like I did have some professional.
This guy must have found a moron potion at some point in his life and he has not been able to break the curse. The effects still linger. He did an interview with Tommy G, a very popular video, over 8 million views here, where he's revealing some pretty sensitive information really, all while acknowledging that he's one of the most wanted people in the area by the authorities. How stupid can you be? He's going on
Well, as we can clearly see, pretty stupid.
a press tour here to promote himself while actively engaging in illegal activity and putting himself in as many places as possible, giving authorities all the evidence they could ever require. He also has the gall to call himself a professional. He is a talented driver, no doubt, but the only thing he's a professional at is not dying. That's it. He's going out there and gambling with everyone's lives and his own, and nothing beyond that. He's not a professional at anything, he's just currently surviving, is all.
That's how I drive. There's been incidents where I've gone out with people and they tried keeping up with me and they've crashed.
How fast do you go?
I mean, there's been a video on live where I've gone one-handed 210 miles an hour.
Filming with one hand, driving with the other, 210 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's insane. Did that scare you?
Not really, just to build up a tolerance of just speed.
Do you feel like the police watch your Instagram?
100%, they do.
Let's pop in the
100% they do, which is why I'm doing all of these interviews to help them in their pursuit. It reminds me...
Well, that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. The faster he gets hopefully deleted in jail, the better.
...of this classic story where the police put out a post on Facebook asking for information about a woman who was an accessory to a murder, and the woman they were looking for actually commented on the post asking about the reward money that was being offered, and so they were able to find her because of that. Squeeze and that lady are two sides of the same coin.
Hey, what? What's where's the reward money at? The hell does this even mean? Girl, you better stay off social media. They can track you. Okay, smart.
Squeeze and that lady are two sides of the same coin. Just pure degenerate dummy. Anyway, though, he's finally been arrested after an incident that happened back in April where Squeeze allegedly made an illegal turn and proceeded to elude the police at high speeds. Then officers found videos of him committing various traffic violations throughout the tri-state area. Apparently the NYPD did a little fusion dance and a fist bump with another department, and they worked together and found Squeeze because he was wanted on other charges, including burglary, theft, conspiracy, and more. I was reading a...
Conspiracy to what? There's no such charge as conspiracy. There can only be a conspiracy to something. So I wondered what he conspired for. Probably something simple like, stealing or whatnot. But, funny in any case.
A couple of other reports where he allegedly punched a 20-year-old man in a deli. So I'm not exactly sure what all went down there, but ultimately it ended with him getting arrested and the NYPD commissioner taking a victory lap here and dunking on him on Twitter by saying Squeeze Bins is...
Wait, this is in New York City? He's gonna get out in less than 5 minutes because probably, the governor is gonna pay his fines or whatever. This is not even funny. He's probably already out and got a care package.
Is in custody thanks to New York's finest. And then he posted a picture of his Instagram with the word apprehended slapped across it there, as if it's some kind of busted thing in Grand.
Well, to be fair, if you're living in New York and at least one person that breaks the law gets arrested, technically that has probably been your statistically greatest year in a decade at this point.
Theft auto. So Antonio going from Squeeze Bins to Squeeze Mins here, being shoulder to shoulder squeezed into a cell with other dudes, hopefully. But there's no telling if he's actually going to face real prison time.
Again, New York, baby.
Seems he's been released because after all of this, he did make an...
now that I know it's New York, I actually feel absolutely no guilt about him potentially killing anyone because it's New York and, hey, you chose what you chose.
Instagram post about how he can't go live on there, so then he made a Twitch account, which I can't find. I do see a Squeeze Bins account there, but there's nothing on it. I think that's just an impersonator trying to capitalize off of this. His original Instagram account appears to be banned, and the only one I can find is another one that appears to be an impersonator, but maybe it really is him. I have no fucking clue. I also can't help but giggle that he decided to make a Twitch account instead of a Kick account. Not even this blatant criminal who has already broadcast crimes on Kick wants to make an account over there and stream on purpose. He still decided to go to Twitch first and foremost. That's kind of crazy to me because Kick is the home of broadcasting illegal activity. They don't do shit about it there. They give you a subtle thumbs up because it's driving more traffic to their site. That should be home turf for Antonio here. Squeeze Bins would be hoisted on their shoulders like a golden goose. And yet he still said, ew, I'll just go to Twitch instead. That boggles my mind a little bit. I did laugh when I read that he made a Twitch account. I wish they'd make an example out of him here. He's not the only one doing this kind of content, the lone alpha wolf or anything here. This is a pretty popular niche of content online where people will just put on a helmet or wear some kind of mask and then just commit crimes. And taunt authorities driving around recklessly, endangering a bunch of innocent people's lives on the road for content and views on Instagram and YouTube and shit. He is far from the only...
Hey, this is exactly the day and age that we live in. Anything for content.
Only one doing this. So I think if they would actually give a fuck here and pursue real serious charges and actual repercussions for his actions, it could help to dissuade others from...
Not in New York City, you don't.
...pursuing this. At least, I would hope. I would really like them to not play softball here and actually do something about this. He has been caught.
Okay, they already probably did something about this. They took him in. Some rich person paid his bail because he's just misunderstood and, that's racist, obviously. And then he probably got a care package and an apology from the people who arrested him in the first place. That's how these things work.
In the cookie jar here. He has all of this evidence that he himself has compiled about his crimes and how he's not remorseful and will always continue to
Crimes? He's just misunderstood.
do it, most likely. Why the fuck would you just give him a slap on the wrist? It's also more than the dangerous driving. He apparently beats people in delis, at least according.
Listen, beating people in delis is great. George Floyd is a national hero now in America. He is literally the Superman of the modern age, okay? This guy does nothing wrong in that case. That's just reality.
According to some of the reports here, like, this is not someone that they should just be playing like patty cake with here and saying, hey, don't do it again. All right, now get out of here. Come on, scram. Like, this is something that they should be taking far, far more seriously. I really hope that his release is a temporary thing as they build up a meteor case against him, so that way he'll
No, then they would not have released him.
actually get thrown in the slammer. There's just no excuse for it at all. Just going on to public.
If you have someone under arrest or custody or whatever you want to call it, you typically don't release them if you are making a bigger case against them. So, effectively, we know nothing's being done, but again, it's New York, so, what did you expect?
Roads and compromising everyone's safety for your content, I just think it truly super sucks. And I think the fans of this kind of content are extraordinarily annoying. So there are still like squeeze bins enthusiasts that are losing sleep over this, thinking that he's done nothing wrong. Nobody got hurt, even though in his interview with Tommy G, he says that people have tried to emulate him and they have crashed. So people have literally gotten hurt. He also did get involved in a hit and run on stream, but whatever, I suppose. Just go ahead and ignore reality here and continue to live in fucking delusional Narnia land.
Exactly.
But, hey, they're squeeze bins guys. Of course they wear diapers and eat glue. Is what it is, I guess. But I'm just super happy that he's finally been arrested, and I can only hope
that he's gonna get out, and then he's gonna understand that there's nothing to worry about, and it's gonna get worse. You reap what you sow. Anyway, that was Most Critical. Closer said, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.